Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. In the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. A disciplined mind brings happiness. If you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your own path. The root of suffering is attachment. To understand everything is to forgive everything. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. The trouble is, you think you have time. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Happiness does not depend on what you have or who you are. It solely relies on what you think. Radiate boundless love towards the entire world. Let go of the past, let go of the future, let go of the present and cross over to the farther shore. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Drop by drop is the water pot filled. Likewise, the wise man, gathering it little by little, fills himself with good. If you find no one to support you on the spiritual path, walk alone. A man is not called wise because he talks and talks again, but if he is peaceful, loving, and fearless, then he is in truth called wise. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. The one who has conquered himself is a far greater hero than one who has defeated 1,000 times 1,000 men. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Give, even if you only have a little. Whatever is not yours, let go of it. Your letting go of it will be for your long-term happiness and benefit. True love is born from understanding. Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded. Silence the angry man with love. Silence the ill-natured man with kindness. Silence the miser with generosity. Silence the liar with truth. An idea that is developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea. Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. Better than worshipping gods is obedience to the laws of righteousness. The one who has no desires for this world or the next has truly found peace. Do not overrate what you have received, nor envy others. He who envies others does not obtain peace of mind. True wisdom is not an accumulation of knowledge, but the realization of the heart. When you realize how perfect everything is, you will tilt your head back and laugh at the sky. Chaos is inherent in all compounded things. Strive on with diligence. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. The past is already gone, the future is not yet here. There's only one moment for you to live. Those who cling to perceptions and views wander the world offending people. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. There is no fire like passion, no crime like hatred, no sorrow like separation, no sickness like hunger, and no joy like the joy of freedom. If anything is worth doing, do it with all your heart. The tongue is like a sharp knife. It kills without drawing blood. Wear your ego like a loose garment. Like a fine flower, beautiful to look at but without scent, fine words are fruitless in a man who does not act accordingly. The wise ones fashion speech with their thought, sifting it as grain is sifted through a sieve. With our thoughts we make the world. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. The darkest night is ignorance. To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. Just as treasures are uncovered from the earth, so virtue appears from good deeds. Be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life. Nothing ever exists entirely alone. Everything is in relation to everything else. He who loves 50 people has 50 woes. He who loves no one has no woes. Meditate. Live purely. Be quiet. Do your work with mastery. Like the moon, come out from behind the clouds. Shine. There is no meditation without wisdom, and there is no wisdom without meditation. Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy. Work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. Your body is precious. It is your vehicle for awakening. Treat it with care. Every human being is the author of his own health or disease. Speak only endearing speech. Speech that is welcomed. What we think, we become. What we feel, we attract. What we imagine, we create. A jug fills drop by drop. Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. To live a pure, unselfish life, one must count nothing as one's own in the midst of abundance. If you propose to speak, always ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? One who acts on truth is happy in this world and beyond. The foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. You can only lose what you cling to. When watching after yourself, you watch after others. When watching after others, you watch after yourself. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. The greatest prayer is patience. There is no path to enlightenment. Enlightenment is the path. Kindness should become the natural way of life, not the exception. To support mother and father, to cherish wife and children, and to be engaged in peaceful occupation, this is the greatest blessing. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. He who is kind to all beings is the true righteous one. If we fail to look after others when they need help, who will look after us? Understanding is the heartwood of well-spoken words. Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart to give yourself to it. Better than 1,000 meaningless words is one that brings peace. As rain falls equally on the just and the unjust, do not burden your heart with judgments, but rain your kindness equally on all. A generous heart, kind speech, and a life of service and compassion are the things that renew humanity. If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it in some way. To abstain from lying is essentially wholesome. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to others. Do not learn how to react. Learn how to respond. Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. One is not called noble who harms living beings. By not harming living beings, one is called noble. True love is born from understanding. He who has overcome his doubts and fears becomes invincible. To force oneself to believe and to accept a thing without understanding is political and not spiritual or intellectual. The wise do not judge, and they seek to understand. Endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. Even as a solid rock is unshaken by the wind, the wise are unshaken by praise or blame. Whatever a monk keeps pursuing with his thinking and pondering, that becomes the inclination of his awareness. Be vigilant. Guard your mind against negativity. A man is not called learned because he talks much. He is called learned because he acts rightly. One moment of patience may ward off great disaster. One moment of impatience may ruin a whole life. By oneself is evil done, by oneself is one defiled. By oneself is evil left undone, by oneself is one purified. Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. Whatever words we utter should be chosen with care, for people will hear them and be influenced by them for good or ill. The greatest gift is to give people your enlightenment, to share it. It has to be the greatest. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. The mind is everything. What you think you become.